One of the worst feelings in the world is when you attach to somebody and you think everything is good, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they break up with you and you feel like you have no control over the situation. So immediately you become apologetic. You try to search for anything that you can do to change their mind, and it quickly becomes apparent to you that they've already mentally checked out. And what's crazy is that you were never even given a chance to fix the problems. Hey, I'm Coach Benny, and I help people get their exes back. And before I did this, I was a dating coach for 5 years, where I had to pay a lot of attention to how attraction works. And I used that experience to help you get your ex back. Now, in a case like this, your ex has grown up in a climate where they didn't do feelings in their family and they didn't talk about things. And it could have been really bad where their parents were strung out on drugs and somebody else in the family took care of them. Or it could be less bad on the outside where their family's still together, but when you really look into things, there's not a lot of love in that family. So in these kind of conditions, your ex learns that, their needs don't matter, their concerns don't matter. Anytime they brought that up with somebody, they were cast aside, they were dismissed. And that's the way they've learned to communicate, which is that they don't. So as you go through your relationship, particularly after the honeymoon phase, where now all of a sudden, all you're left with is communication and cooperation in the wake of the honeymoon phase chemicals waning in the body. These problems, they don't know how to address, and they're going to start to amass, right? Because they're not addressing them with you at a little small level. And once it gets to a sticking point, especially if there's some other stressful thing happening in their life, like grandma dies or somebody loses a job or something like that, they are going to back away from you as a process of just kind of reducing the overwhelm that they're experiencing. Once this happens, there's not a lot of talking them out of it. There's not really anything that you can do to change the outcome. And this is where you're going to feel absolutely helpless because you didn't want to break up. You would have happily made changes and all this stuff if you knew it was a problem, but they never told you. And I want you to know that you're not going through this alone. People every single day are going through breakups like this, and it's a product of having gotten into a relationship with a dismissive avoidant, somebody that has a dismissive avoidant attachment style. This isn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong per se. You could have done some things wrong in the relationship, but the reason this is happening is because your ex, the person you chose to get into a relationship with, was emotionally neglected in childhood or just neglected altogether. Now, you can actually get these people back and you can have a successful relationship with them. My wife, for example, is a healed dismissive avoidant. Okay? You can have a relationship with them. If you want my help getting your ex back, click into my profile. Click this link right here and set up a call with me where I want to hear your story, and then I'll give you a step-by-step game plan to get your ex back.